Hello, YouTube. It's me, your girl, Glitcher Galore, with 2 C's and 3 E's, baby. And that's the Z. By the looks of it, can't you already tell what we're about to do? We're here in Caravan Riva with my friendship team. You know, plus mommies. You know, we have to pull through. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get to it. I'm ready to go to Fontaine, baby. I just did Kari Bear on stream, and baby, girl, that was intense. Let's look at this. How big this is. How much of this y'all think is water? I think that's it. I think all of this is land. The rest of this is water, right? We'll see when we get there. So, if you couldn't tell, I was sick. Plus, there was a heat wave. Plus, I didn't set my mic up properly. It was just a hot ass mess. So, I'm going to be giving a tasteful slideshow. This is TLDR for the flat part of the video. We say our goodbyes to our girl Dia and to Sumeru and make our way over to Fontaine. We make it to the port of Fontaine and immediately start eavesdropping. We find out Fontainians tell stories about real court cases. We see a girl, and Paimon wonders why the girl is standing at the edge of the port. The girl tells us about her childhood and how the water is slowly swallowing everyone's memories. A mysterious Twink approaches and introduces himself and the girl, Lenny and Lynette, a magic sibling act here in Fontaine. Lenny reintroduces himself and shakes the traveler's hand and pats Paimon on the back. Paimon gets very upset by this, in a very Paimon way. The two said that they'll take us to the Hydro Archon. But before we know, the Hydro Archon is meeting us at the port. After Farina makes her grand entrance, she challenges us to a duel, and we accept the challenge. She backtracks and says she's taking us to court because Paimon is breaking the law here in Fontaine because she's a flying object. Lenny saves the day by revealing that when he shook the traveler's hand and patted Paimon on the back earlier, he created a sort of elemental rope, tying the traveler and Paimon together, classifying Paimon as a sort of balloon. After our little scuffle with the Hydro Archon, Lenny asks us to distribute magic pockets just in case the prophecy comes true. Lenny tells us about the prophecy. The prophecy reads, the people will all be dissolved into water and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping alone on her throne. After handing out the magic pockets and collecting flowers to make more later on, Lenny spots a pickpocket in the act and starts to devise a plan. The duo split up. The traveler and Paimon go up the elevator to keep the pickpocket from trying to make an escape by taking the bus, while the twins down below try to stop the pickpocket. Before we reconvene, the twins were unable to catch her and we find out Lenny twisted his ankle in the process. We all go on about our day and we decide to take the aqua bus to the city. As the boat departs, Charlotte crashes the party. We all catch up. While we're catching up, we ask Charlotte what she's been working on recently. She tells us she's been writing a story about a serial disappearances case. She proceeds to tell us that the first victim was reported 20 years ago. Lynette is familiar with the cases and tells us the formal name. The name being a serial disappearances of young women case. Lenny becomes visibly upset and expresses his disdain for the perpetrator and what he would do if Lynette were to ever go missing. We make it to Fontaine City and say goodbye to Charlotte, and our first stop is Lenny and Lynette's home. Now we're all caught up for this part of the video. So, if you're enjoying so far, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to be notified whenever I post a new video or go live on YouTube, girl. Come on. Now, let's get back into this video, chill. This where y'all... Fremine!
This is our current abode. Fremine, you're
Oh.
home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out.
Fremine has freckles. He's so cute with this little bob.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped.
Father. Quotation marks.
Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
You gonna take me diving, Fremine? Hey, Fremine.
Nice to meet you. I'm Paimon, and this is Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Lenny.
Lenny sure seems to have a big family. What a talented family. What's the...
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
It's alright. You go ahead. Dad or father is inside right now.
Okay, I see.
Is everything alright?
Oh, you just said it was okay. Now we're here
Just
barging
discussing a
in.
little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
Everyone in this
That's our
family is
Fremine.
emo.
Always quick with the underwater.
Except him.
All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
Oh. Okay. It got dark. Oh. What? That angle was nasty.
Looks like rain. Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
Girl, Fontaine is got Seattle weather.
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't
Oh.
know where the dragon went. Every
Foreshadowing?
time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Could that Hydro Dragon be the elemental dragon of Fontaine? Another one of the elemental dragons of Teyvat?
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
And we're back. And we're back in Fontaine. Okay. It's a new day, IRL, for me. But who knows how this is gonna get edited. So we're on the way to go. Oh. I don't know what that was. Let's go to where we need to go. Oh! I also turned off my Gucci Galore Abby because just to give you guys more of an immersion moment, you know? Let me know if, you know, you guys want to keep it. Want me to turn her back on. I might. Or I might just put her in this corner. Maybe. I don't know.
Is there anyone here?
Let's let them talk. Sorry. Hey, Ponytail.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Uh-oh.
No,
Come on,
we're just
Flirty.
here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making, what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I
Yeah.
can tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now.
Do we need to pay?
No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa.
Period money.
So, is Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey, is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks
Oh.
really advanced.
Oh, girl.
Why
Oh.
use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a
Exactly.
kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Good question, Paimon.
well,
I would love to know.
it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of
Indemnitium.
energy that's produced from
Indemnitium.
trials.
Okay.
Huh? How
What?
can trials produce energy?
Girl, what the hell? What's the logic in that?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests
What?
people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
The what? The what? Oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. Okay, T.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments.
Girl, their power is literally being
Paimon still doesn't get
messy.
it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, Vinci and Nahida both said the gods rely on belief to obtain power.
Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia.
It makes sense.
It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by
Sia.
civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away.
Shut the fuck
Since
up.
you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a
Shut the fuck
few
up.
words with me.
You're a man.
You again?
Sorry.
Didn't I
Oh!
already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to
I was
Conferria
trying to fuck
Cabriere by
her.
next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Estelle,
Yeah, but
don't
how
let
do
these
we know that you
men
won't go
punk you.
running off
You're
by
a
the end
boss
of this
lady.
month?
You're a
I want
boss lady.
50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Huh?
You letting a man in overalls punk you, Estelle?
Since business isn't so great for the workshop, we've already finished our job and delivered the materials.
We just gonna walk
Now's a
away?
good time to leave?
Oh my god, they're about to jump
Hey,
her.
hold on.
Whoa!
Before you go around trying to collect
Wait,
payments,
babe!
why don't you settle your own debts first?
Tartagalicious!
If Confreri of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of more.
I didn't know that you was coming
So why
this
don't we work
soon.
things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
Okay, Tartagalicious.
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month.
Why everybody
Why
got
are you
money?
hounding me now?
What's the loans like? Tartagalicious.
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine.
Oh,
What
the
are the
flinch
chances?
as he walked by
We're
was
surprised
crazy.
to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
We sure seem to have run. Wait. We sure seem to have run into a lot of friends today. Fontaine really is a curious place.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly,
That's where you've
things have
been
been
at?
pretty
You,
boring.
I thought you was in Leeway
But
with your
it seems
man.
that fate brought our paths together today.
Yes,
Not only will I have some good
we
friends here
missed
now,
you.
but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Right.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
Yeah.
Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
I think we're already weathered enough storms for now. I don't mind a little excitement every now and then.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy.
Excuse me?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
Right. He barely gets to meet bad
You
bitches that can whoop
kidding?
his ass.
Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect
You
us to
have
sit
this
and twiddle our
attitude.
thumbs while you catch up with your friends?
You? Oh!
Listen to me, boy. You want Chamora? Fine.
Oh,
Why
look at
don't you-
Paimon. Oh, look at Paimon.
Hey, I just
Oh.
said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Hey, that's way over the line. All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now.
Oh.
can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients,
Oh.
You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Go ahead. They're all yours.
I'm sure this won't take long.
Like, he getting rowdy in the background. You're getting rowdy in the back? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, we got some play touchdown delicious.
Tidal wave. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
The fuck? Fuck y'all thought this was?
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank?
Oh.
Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think?
Oh.
Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank.
Oh.
Got it?
Girl. Oh.
Huh?
Whoa. What's this vision doing?
Now's my chance!
Oh. Bitch, I can still fight. Oh.
You got knocked the fuck out!
Fucked you up swiftly.
That was weird.
What's this vision doing? What just happened? Are you feeling alright?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydropowers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Did you see them run away?
How did that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Oh.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
You better not use your delusion too often. I don't have a vision, so don't ask me.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't say it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently,
that sounded cute.
there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me.
Whoa.
And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Aww.
Maybe
Puberty.
you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility.
He's about to evolve. So about this power, do you have any idea where it came from?
I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk.
Skirk.
She was always quiet and very mysterious.
Oh,
Nobody
was
knew
she a
where she
bad
came
bitch,
from
though?
or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it. And traces of it remained on me.
What is it?
She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
Yeah.
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers.
That you
It
got.
takes that
you
shape
still got
because the
fucked up
scene I
again.
dreamt of the whale has
Remember
always
that?
been stuck in my mind.
Yeah, I remember
I'll
that.
never forget it.
Yeah.
So you used the whale as
And I fucked you
inspiration
up
for one of your moves?
briefly, you know, so easily too.
Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
Sorry. It's very possible that the power inside of you is connected to your accident, to your incident in the abyss.
So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
Baby, I don't know if Skirk even
You make it
is a
sound
real
so
thing
easy.
no more.
Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk in that unknown abyss. But it's been
What did
years
I
now,
say?
and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Is that Miss
Official
Titties?
champion duelist? You mean it's their job
What's
to
her
do?
name? Chlorinde?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist.
Oh, it's
The
Titties!
champion duelists are
I don't
all
remember her
powerful
name.
fighters selected from among the nation's
Which I know who I'm
best.
talking about.
And the duel itself
bad
is a
bitch.
no-holds-barred fight with
The
no
electro girl that
specified
we met.
stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel.
Oh!
Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty,
Oh?
from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win.
I bet.
Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Chlorinde, is the strongest of the champion
That's how you
duelists.
say it, Chlorinde.
I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Chlorinde. Huh.
When we met the Hydro Archon.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Oh, you giving me gifts now that... Oh, your vision?
Huh?
That's why in the
Your
trailer he didn't have the vision.
You're seriously just giving it away?
Or not use that
I'm just
delusion.
worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without
Are
it
you
for
about to
now.
get like a second form or
Besides,
something?
I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Why his
Paimon
ears
knows what
look
you're up to.
like...
You just want
that.
an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he do.
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
See, little homoerotic moments, homo-romantic moments, just like that. I would have loved to pick
That
the male
sneaky
character.
guy.
Like,
He
you
said
just
he's
want to
been
come and
feeling
talk
down
to me,
lately, but
don't
he seemed
you?
the same as ever
Like,
to Paimon.
you just want to touch on me and things.
Since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Right. Let's go. Under Paimon's enthusiastic leader should be walk all around the Lord of Fontaine. Jesus, I can't read.
Wow.
Wait, I thought that was going to actually let me
The
explore.
reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along.
Hey, don't blurt it out, Paimon. It's rude to spoil the mystery for everyone else.
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing.
Never thought I'd see the day when Paimon would enjoy reading. Do you have any idea how long we were loitering here?
The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels
I think it's
are
because
more...
they're real.
well,
Like
novel.
the girl that we met
It's
at
so
the beginning
exciting to reach
talked
the
about
moment
some.
when the mystery
Oh
is uncovered.
no, girl, this is real tea.
Especially
Like
in
this
the
is
one
real.
Paimon was
Like
just
that just
reading.
happened
You
like
should
last
buy a
week.
copy and
And
read
y'all
it
about
too.
those girls that was getting trafficked? Yeah, that was real too. I'm good. You already spoiled who the murderer is.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time.
Yeah.
Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Lenny's performance soon?
I mean,
It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going.
Hey, Cass. We'll head to
Lenny said that
the
the Opera
Opera
House is on Aranea
Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me grab it. Oh. I just climb aboard. Hi, Elfane. How do you do? So, when does the immediately? Oh. Okay. Sure.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan.
Elfan. Sorry.
The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so.
This boat is moving at like
Also,
the
please
speed of
remember
nothing.
to buy
How
the
would I?
Steambird, though I don't read it myself.
I want emo little Melazine.
The destination of the current tour is Erinias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned a new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
This is very kind. Is there like a, you know, like
We are
a...
now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melazine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
It was great. Definitely like a 5-star trip. Like seriously. Am I just waiting for y'all to park? I'll come here. Wee. Can I? I can't dive here. I don't know why I assumed that's such. Wait. I mean, what is this blue stamina bar? Anyway, oh no! Oh no! I'm walking away. Speed boost. Oh my god, pretty flowers! Rainbow rose! Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm lagging a little bit. Damn it, okay. Marcotti, I know that. Look at those little birds! You're not even in Sumeru no more. I don't need that. I want one of these birds. Slate umbrella finch. Bell fruit. Bouillet fruit. Buddha fruit. Harvestable Marcotti nearby. Thank you, Lenny, for this passive. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, Ma. Oh, what is that? Oh, it shoots you up there. Okay. I'll get that later. I love fruit that grows on trees. Oh, we're here, chill. It's not daytime, but that looks crazy. Oh, it turned to some daytime because I took that long. It's real fancy, Paimon.
What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
Girl, your Archon
I
is
don't know
not
why you
thinking
always
about
feel the
that.
need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
Period.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Oh, I hate you both. Truly.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
It's disgusting.
Vache.
What? Huh? Vache. What the fuck is happening? Did you just hear something, Paimon? Oh, did you just say something, Paimon?
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Strange. Whose voice was that just now?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh.
All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette! You scared Paimon! When did you get here?
Lynette is... She's
Lenny
like a
asked me
cat.
to wait here for you, remember?
She just be appearing silently. By the way, Lynette, I seem to hear a faint voice just now.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
It seemed as if the voice was coming from the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you?
No, bro, you're giving me a migraine. You give me a migraine, Paimon. You're giving me a migraine.
I
Enough.
see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard.
Okay.
In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait,
Huh?
what? What does that have to do with anything?
Answer the fucking question, because she got a point coming.
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in
It's so
Fontaine
geometric.
converges.
And like,
Even the tears that
a
fall to the
line, that's so
ground will
pretty.
eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
huh? That's an interesting explanation. I'm not sure whether I buy it though.
So, what did the voice say?
It seemed to be calling out someone's name.
Huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first.
Kirsten, girl, we got
Don't let that
priorities.
calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Okay.
Right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
Let's go. Let's go see our boy. Oh. Okay. Offerings to the Fountain of Lucine. Offer the I am constantly disrespected. Constantly. How do I offer? Oh. I'm in the fountain. Oh no. That's so pretty though. That is so pretty though. You can throw the hydro sigils you obtain across Fontaine into the Fountain of Lucine outside the Opera Epiclese to raise its level and obtain valuable rewards. I have 0! But wait, what can you earn though? Oh! See? Who knows? Wow. Who knows? Right, guys? Who would dare to know? Spider crawling up the wall is crazy. Hey, Linny. Oh, this music is
Traveler
different.
and Paimon, good to see you.
Hey.
I knew you two would come.
Yeah,
Are you
we
kidding?
got invite.
We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
Right. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, girl.
I can tell, judging
Nice to
by
be
how
here.
early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets.
Let's go. Girl, I just got the VIP treatment. Girl, they got champagne in the back for me. You know, I got hors d'oeuvres.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Thanks, Lenny.
Ooh, front row seats.
I don't really
Thanks,
trust
Lenny.
Twinks, but you know what? You may be cool, girl.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Look at the blurred back.
Hey,
Oh.
Lenny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there.
Ooh.
Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me.
Hey, Carol.
I'll go lend him a hand.
Sure. Best get busy.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Oh, wow. That camera turned too fast. What's it look like in here? Oh, it's deep and it's big. And I'm not talking about my butt. Sorry. That was uncalled for. But you know what? Oh, who was that in the front? Is that new like?
Seats. Come on, let's sit down.
The echo was wild. Ooh, they got reclining, you know, options for these seats. He looks so emo. Look at his lips. Okay, lips. I didn't know characters in this game had lips.
Uh,
I'm sorry. This is crazy.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still.
I can promise you
awkward if we
without a
don't say
shadow of a doubt
anything.
that this man next to us can hear you. Max volume. You're up, Paimon. Isn't that your job?
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Look at the lashes.
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Don't piss me off.
So you heard
Oh my
all of that,
God.
did ya?
Hold on.
Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
Did you? Is that what you thought you were doing? That's what it was given? That's what it's given. Okay. See.
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk.
Look at him with his legs crossed.
What should we
This
talk
is
about?
too cunt. Anyway, this is getting even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Okay. He seems
So you're not friends with
friendly.
Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Hey. Hey.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your
When
deeds
did he
across
get
to
up?
that. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Nervillet.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your
He seems
performance
so
in person.
friendly. In the trailer, he seems
Wait.
scary.
Nervillet?
Nervillet? Where's this R coming from?
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is.
Where is the R?
Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's
Nervillet.
Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Ooh,
He's the top of the top.
sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Look at her. Hey, Farina girl. Hey, False girl.
It's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face.
Come on. This is their country. This is their domain, girl.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Why are we humbling her?
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
He thinks of her as this
Please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Girl,
The show's finally about to start.
that girl dust.
Boy, I can hardly wait.
I'm
I've never seen a
excited.
real live magic show before.
Neither have I. I fought gods, though. When Ryder Shogun walked in. Oh, let me shut up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, they're dimming the lights. The show must be starting.
But when Ryder Shogun was walking down from the statue to come slice our head off.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Yeah, shut the hell up. Look at Paimon's nails.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Hi, Linny.
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my
look at
wonderful
Lynette's
assistant.
face.
Please,
She looks
let's give her a
pissed
warm
off.
welcome.
Hey, Lynette.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, I clapped you already.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's
Oh.
just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking,
Girl, this is our
two
performance.
vision holders who
Get
can
the fuck
freely
up.
manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Okay, period.
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way,
that's
even
when
the
the
gods won't
trailers,
be able
they
to
had
help
no-
us.
They had no
Good point.
visions.
That's what makes the show real magic.
Now,
Okay.
without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know
This
you
is a
might
big
miss
old
her,
stage.
but don't worry, she'll be coming right back on stage momentarily.
Okay.
Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Oh.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Oh. Okay.
Huh?
Oh. Was that your dance? Oh my god.
But this isn't what you
You know
came
his
for.
car's got numbers on it.
These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
Wow.
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Oh, there's Clorinda. I don't know how to say her name, sorry. Whoa. I didn't think cats liked
It's
water.
actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top.
Wait a minute. Did she sign up for this?
I told them to check all the props carefully.
Wait a minute.
With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
She's about to freak out. Oh. Hello.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
She better not be naked. Oh, she ate that. Oh, she ate that. She came out dry too. Yeah, not even a little shake or nothing. Oh, that was good. Come on, Bao. Y'all ate that. Scrum did a yum yum.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Carmen didn't see him do anything. Isn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
What a show! No wonder he's a famous magician.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right.
His ears are
couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
That's the little cat. Wow.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Okay. Where are we going with this?
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow!
Okay.
How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks? Or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
Let's watch and see. I'm sure we can spot how he does it.
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. I don't trust you,
magician boy.
Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown?
Okay.
Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't
Okay.
be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Okay.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
Paimon, he just said someone might die. I'm sure Looney's prepared with the whole crowd with the whole crowd counting together. You couldn't even if you wanted to.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together.
Okay.
Come on, repeat after me.
Okay.
60, 59, 58,
60, oh, 59, 58. He did say repeat after me.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
Okay.
54, 53, 52.
Paimon, cut that shit out.
Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
Look at our face.
40, 39, 38!
Why didn't they let me count? I don't know where we are at no more.
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Damn. We could kill everyone in here.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
I think it's all a part of the show. Maybe he's just supremely confident in his abilities. Oh. The fuck?
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Did it come from the stage? Maybe it was just maybe it was just to divert our oh my god. Maybe it was just to divert our attention.
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25, 24, 23!
This counting has been going on for
What's
a lot
wrong,
longer
Mr.
than
Linney?
1 minute.
I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20
The assistant, he
seconds.
said, girl,
Hear them counting?
I don't know what to tell you.
19, 18, 17!
Homegirl up here is
it seems
high.
things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown.
It's
10
only
seconds of
been
change
like
is still
5
plenty of
minutes.
time.
Oh, okay.
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? Nope, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5!
Oh, this is fun!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
What? Oh, yeah! Look at Nervalet. He's just sitting there talking through. They have pyrotechnics too? Girl, a big ass somature gonna come out. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
What happened?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is this part of the show?
Oh my god!
Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show.
Oh my
The girl
god!
is still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Oh my god!
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of justice.
Oh
no need to be alarmed, you two.
Oh my god!
We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
Oh my god! Oh my god, did somebody just set them up? What the what just
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe.
Wait.
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now,
Oh my
we're
god,
still not
please,
sure why we found
please.
Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance.
Oh my god!
And there are many
I can't turn
indications
off
that it
the
is
auto.
connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
Yeah, we're not using the controller no more. Cowell! They done killed Cowell. I'm turning this controller the fuck off. And to pull it off like this, in front of an audience including the Archon and Chief Justice.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Wait!
This all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Lenny do this?
This
He was
is
in
not
the box
right.
on
You
the
got
stage
set
the entire
up.
time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
He's a suspect at most. It's hard to believe all this happened during the show.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder
Nouvellette,
carried out
did
under
you
the
do
cover of
this?
a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the
You're
obvious
cracking,
truth
Miss
before
Farina,
our
girl.
eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all,
Be
he was
serious.
the one who helped you the first time we met.
For 2 seconds, can you be for real? I trust Linny.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
What the fuck do I have to do with this murder?
But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So no no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here,
right
on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
What the fuck is
It
happening?
wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order.
Lenny.
Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights.
What the fuck
But
did I
putting
do?
her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Attorney. Yes, I am.
Very well. The trial
We
will be
don't
held a
got
day
no
from now in
Hollywood
the Opera
lawyers.
House.
Like, yeah, he's the
Both
most famous
sides
bitch
may
in the
investigate the
city.
scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute,
Linney
y'all.
and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build
What
in such a short
the
amount of time.
fuck just happened? Did this bitch just scam me into being a
Really
lawyer?
quite looking forward to hearing it.
This bitch just scammed me into being a lawyer.
Lenny!
This is spookalicious.
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Your assistant
Were you
just
frightened?
got crushed.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you
Bitch.
already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
It's hard to say.
I understand. Even I'm not sure what happened, so I can only imagine how difficult it is for you to
Are you
grasp
an
the
op,
situation.
Lynette?
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Bitch. Yes, it's very strange, but there's no denying what happened.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is
What?
possible.
Where did you get those glasses?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier.
When
Pretty
did you
cool,
get
huh?
money?
Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
Where are you getting money
I
from?
think they look cute on you, Paimon.
Someone just died!
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I
Someone
need to
just
get back to my
died.
normal self.
Your assistant just died?
But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially
Or maybe
difficult
that
for
was part
Lynette
of the
and I to prove
magic.
our own innocence.
Maybe he's not dead. Is this a
Good
test
thing
to
you
test
agreed
me
to
or
be our
something?
attorneys.
Cause like who the fuck just
Thanks for that.
chose me to
We'll
be
be
the
counting
attorney?
on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down. I'm used to this sort of thing.
Leave it to us.
What the fuck just happened?
Since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, caught that
well,
thing.
I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
Yeah. Oh, girl, what
Hello,
the fuck?
officer. How's the investigation going?
We're Lily and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Water pun.
What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Is everybody in on the murder of
The
this
deceased
poor
is
man?
one of Linny's assistants, named Cal.
Look!
Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
But why was Cowl inside? Wasn't the girl supposed to be in there?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and we're
Why
unable
is there
to find
still
any
water?
traces of the girl.
Who put the chalk
However,
there
if
underneath
you look
the
carefully,
water?
the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing
How
them to
could the
snap.
fucking pyrotechnics
All these
reach
factors
the
lining up so
rope
perfectly
holding
makes it
the
hard
tank?
to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical
If that shit was
explanation
up
is
in
that
the
the whole
air and we could
incident
even
was
see it when
intentionally
he was
planned,
on the
and Linny is the
stage.
most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
Yeah. But that's not always true. People can also be the most reliable evidence.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
You can use the case record to confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation and sort case-related information. You can check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues in the case record and investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius around yourself. This will advance your overall progress. Oh lord, that's too much motherfucking reading, y'all. Guards investigation report. The investigation from the guards indicates that the fireworks launched at the tail end of the magic performance set the rope dangling the water tank alight, causing the tank to fall and kill Cowl, who was within it. It seems evident that Eleni is the likeliest user of the prop to commit a crime. However, the reason for the victim being Cowl and the reason for the chosen lady's disappearance remain mystery. Oh god. The deceased's identity. The deceased is one of Lenny's assistants, named Cowl. He was well trusted by all his colleagues. His job was setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. That was like the gaggiest of gag-worthy gags of gagging time. Oh. They need to pull Star Rail and have her read this. Read this to me. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowl were inside the box at that moment, he might have dodged the falling water tank. The broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Look at it now. The water tank must have struck it really hard. Wow, really? That's crazy thought, maybe.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
Why wasn't all of them like this?
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Literally, the pyrotechnics were up there for 2 seconds. So either Lenny didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
We're investigating a murder, girl. I'm just looking at where the rope snapped. Why would it be at the base?
Whoa.
Instead of the tip of the rope.
Material.
What? What? This bit's made of a different material.
Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable. It's like a type of flash cotton.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down?
Like
Let's
a
take
rope
notes.
made of cotton. Special rope. This rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched on stage. The investigation was shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material. That's a little fishy to me.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is?
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
What the fuck?
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show.
Who the fuck put Halsey in the game?
The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects.
Halsey!
Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Who the fuck put Halsey in the game?
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Who the fuck put Halsey in the game?
No need to be so
Oh
formal.
my goodness. I
If
didn't
you
even
do
read
happen
that.
to see
I'm
the
sorry.
missing
I'm
girl,
just gagged.
please be sure to contact us.
I'm gagged. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit gagged. Just a little bit.
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
You're right. Information about the missing lady's identity. Halsey is the missing person. She's a famous painter and came to watch the magic show in order to take a break from her own creative work. How do we know that? She isn't known to have been entangled in quarrels with any of the members of Lenny's magic troupe. What? I'm just thinking about that damn video of Halsey in the mall singing that damn song. Looking crazy.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep, cannot dream tonight.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lenny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
I'm a bad bitch. Let me do my dues.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
So this shit to me is looking like it was just all planned.
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance.
Right.
In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Okay, so she not the devil now.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Thanks. Sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
I don't think it's bad. I just think, like, fuck. Like, come on. Random number selector. This device was used during Linny's magic performance to choose a lucky number of the audience. However, the guards have found that it will generate the exact same number no matter what. Clearly, Summer has tampered with it. Summer has tampered with it. Someone has tampered with it. The radius of this shit is small. Oh, sorry, Paimon girl. Hey, escalator.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
Okay, Nancy Drew.
If you find any new and interesting
Teenage
leads,
sleuth or
be sure to share them with me,
something like
alright?
that. Okay.
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first?
Okay.
The way
What
I
can you
see it.
want?
And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Oh, that's tea.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
I'm sorry. There has to be a VOD of me somewhere literally saying, oh my god, I feel like Fontaine's gonna be a murder mystery. It has to be. And the way I was right, I've been saying this for hella long. Anyway.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
Right.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank or something like that. When the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit in that case?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind
I thought that was tea. Girl, he's just saying fucking anything. Strange sound during the magic show. During the switching performance, there was an audible thump that many audience members heard. This is tea. Oh my god. Examine magic box. It looks like an ordinary box, but Linny somehow moved instantly from the stage to being inside of it. How did he do it? And he did end up in the last 2 seconds of that countdown too, child. I thought that was where she was seated. Jesus. Is that all? Is that everything? Okay. Oh! Hey, Molly girl.
Linny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
Y'all are criminals. Oh no. Did I fuck up? Are they gaslighting me? Oh, bitch, the shit is outside. Oh.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping
Is
an
that
eye on you
Navia?
for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right.
She
I'm not
got
mistaken,
guards.
You're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns
Come on, Lips!
and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Oh, come on, queen.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No,
For
girl.
mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums. You name it. Spina di Rosula does it. And
Period.
I,
Queen
Navia,
of
have the honor of being its
Spaghetti and
renowned
meatballs. Look at her eyes. They're so cute.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
Hey, boss. She's a boss.
I'm
She's a
Silver,
boss lady.
her attendant. Pleased to
Hi,
meet you.
Silver.
And I'm Melus.
Oh.
Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under
Okay.
my purview.
Okay. His voice. Okay.
What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president.
She's
Melus and
so
the others are still
kind.
used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Hey, Navia boss, girl, boss. Navia girl, boss.
If you say so.
Girl, boss,
Not
Navia
that
girl.
we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
Right.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Mm-hmm. So you want to investigate as well?
That's right.
Come on,
I've always kept an
Lashes.
eye on the
She's
serial
too
disappearance cases.
pretty.
My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Clock
Really?
that.
We think so too. That's
Clock
why
that
we're
tea.
looking for clues now.
Clock that T. Clock that T.
But how did you
Clock
come to
that
that
tea.
conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Period. Okay. Yeah.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever.
Clock that
Wasn't she?
T. Clock that T.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you
Mm.
remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away.
I think they're trying to set him up,
A
y'all.
trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Right.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Bitch, fuck. Oh,
Well,
I mean,
what's your opinion? I
right.
must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Right. Like, I don't give a fuck. Well, when you put it like that,
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
I didn't even read that. I'm sorry.
Well,
Wait,
I say
was
it
there something to
does.
read? I'm sorry. I
You
looked
won't
away for
hear
2
any pointless
seconds.
questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
I mean, sure.
Well?
Not always.
And why would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside. Something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated like entertainment.
See, Silver and Melus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Melus.
No, she would, you know, she would eat with a mole.
You
She
pass
would
with
eat with a
flying
mole on her
colors.
face.
Now, I need to make some preparations, following which
Like
our
on her
joint
chin or
investigation
like
shall
under her
commence.
eye.
You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon. Seems you've already agreed then.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals
Right.
are aligned.
Stop the trafficking! Stop trafficking!
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh,
Gag.
alrighty then.
Where are the arms of your
We'll
sunglasses?
be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Yeah. She's bestie now. Where did she go? Oh. Okay.
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very popular in Poisson.
Poisson!
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic. If I could make things disappear, cleaning my room would be a cinch.
You need not worry about such things, Demoiselle. That falls under my
I look
duties.
like a damn monkey standing on this table.
Right.
Get the fuck down. Let's go. God, ugh. No decorum whatsoever. Hi, little Tristane Melusine. With this bob.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
She's pretty with this bob.
Yes.
She got that NPC bob.
The order, everyone
Come on,
coming
Bob.
in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least not from that point on.
What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure?
Maybe she ran out the back side of the box
Well,
while everyone was looking at the
I was in
stage.
charge of security near the entrance at that time.
You could be a
I couldn't
flop.
see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave.
But magic.
Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So,
I don't doubt it, girl.
safe to say
But
the
we
girl
might be a
couldn't
flop.
have left you
So I'm
here.
doubting it a little bit.
Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Thanks, I guess. Entrances and exits to the Opera House. No one left the Opera House during the magic show and after the incident happened. Only those who had their identities cleared by the guards could leave. Okay, very
We
good.
checked everything of note here at the performance venue.
You know I gotta check if
Wonders
there's
how
a chest
Linny's
up here
discussion with the
too.
guards is going.
Chest up here. Is this door open? It
Ooh,
does.
things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Girl, not magic. More like how crimes are committed. How do I get over here? Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. We'll just try that later.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Right. Molly's a girl. I don't know. If you gonna give me a raise. Navia is mother. Frankly.
I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem,
Spina
I've
de
got the
Rosula.
firepower.
Spaghetti and a meatball.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there.
Come
Call
on.
me
Everybody
Navi.
got these
I'm a partner of
daughters.
theirs, and we'll be helping
Slash like
investigate this
thigh-high
whole
thoughts.
situation.
Look at her.
And these are my
Her
companions.
thighs is
Would you
thick.
mind if they join
She
as
would
well?
eat with a mole. She's mother.
Fine by me.
She's mothering a little bit.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
Someone was murdered.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Let's go. Oh shit, let's go.
Below stage?
Let's go.
A world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box.
Look, she went
prepared
beneath the
specifically for
stage.
this switcheroo trick.
Oh.
But before I reveal everything, you
She
should
went
have a
beneath
look
the
first.
stage and she walked
Notice
out the back
anything
door.
strange here?
She walked out the back door. She left her purse in there. Her wig slipped. You can't open it.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Clock that
Where
T.
did all that go?
Clock that T.
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Cause I did it. Cause I'm smart like that. Come on.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one. Wait, does that mean?
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Is this a fucking mini elevator?
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box.
Oh. And this passage linked the two boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
Damn, bitch, I feel like that shit will go real fast.
And even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
Okay.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box
Is she a
inside another
pirate?
box.
She got little
Precisely.
pirate wheels on her
The
skirt.
inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it.
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Okay. Then what about your side of the trick?
Right. You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end.
Maybe he was mic'd up.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
He was mic'd up.
My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
Navia's thighs are taking
mezzanine
it.
space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it
What?
takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick.
I mean, I guess.
Only Lynette and I
she
can perform
has a
it.
whole tail.
So that's how it all worked. Wow. Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last.
I can tell a lot of thought was put into this.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But
Right.
as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course, no need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
You being a little bit too lax about
everyone.
this
We're counting
potential
on you.
murderer. The magic trick. Lenny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lenny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Meanwhile, having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. On-stage magic book structure. The magic box on stage has an additional layer to its rear, in which Lynette and Lenny's clothes remained hidden. She would appear at the end of the magic trick and lead people to believe that Lenny had been able to instantly move to the box on the other side. Audience side magic book structure. The magic box at the center of the audience stands has two layers, and beneath it is an entrance to an underground tunnel. This was how the lucky audience member was meant to have been transported without the audience noticing. Oopsie. Okay. This should be the control device for the trolley. It seems to be able to operate automatically. A ladder is required in order to return to the magic box above. Oh, please talk. Thank you.
What's this?
Oh, what is that? Is this supposed to be the real hook for the water tank?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Lenny didn't mention this earlier.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
A dropped hook rope. A rope that has fallen to the ground. A metal hook has been tied to one end of this rope. Its use is unclear. Broken vases, vases.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Mucus, your voice, girl.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Maybe it was for a trick.
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Broken flower vase. There are many pieces of a broken flower vase on one side of the tunnel. All the water within has been spilled. Judging from the distance, it seems unlikely that it was knocked over by the trolley meant to transport the magic box. Oh, who panties is those?
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
No, the
clothes are
fuck they
here.
were not.
But she's nowhere to be found.
Lenny didn't mention the guest having a wardrobe change.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon
Look
doesn't
at the
want to be a
eyes.
detective anymore.
The young lady. This is not what the hell she was wearing. The young lady's clothes. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. She's dressing up as one of the cops. She's dressing up as one of the cops. High precision is required to complete this magic show, and tracks are perfect for making the trolley stay on its designated course. Okay. Money bag. Oh, the sandbags. Storage boxes. All kinds of props and costumes are haphazardly stuffed inside. How can you tell? A vent! Oh! The Charlie is... Oh! Among Us! Sorry. The trolley is crucial for transporting the magic box to the other side. The corporate must have used this to execute their plan. It's the vent. They went through the vent. Among Us! It looks like a vent.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Clearly, that shit is big as fuck.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic boxes, and Lenny and Lynette were in the two magic boxes.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Tunnel vent. The tunnel vent looks like it could allow one person passage, barely, but leaving along with the missing lady seems an unrealistic prospect. This bitch is literally the imposter.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up.
I don't know, child. Oh my god, why would they, like, the fuck? Let me go up. Okay, keep with the dark mode.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low.
Why?
Since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement.
Can we check the
Guards have
basement?
checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident.
Maybe
no
they're
one was
still
found
in the
hiding
basement.
So the
like a
tunnels would be
murderer.
like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
The Oratrice will too?
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. Statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside
So we're
help to
stuck
disrupt
here.
the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
Oh my fucking god, so we're stuck
I'm
here.
ready to break out at any time.
Oh? I know, that's right, Silver.
Whoa, there's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Thank Thank you. Y'all got snacks in the bag?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Now's not the time to be picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
We can do that
I mean, what
after,
better
and
way
you'll
to
pay,
properly
right?
think through our findings than over
Miss
some
Spaghetti
tea
and
and
the Rose, like yeah.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon.
Just kidding, just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Where? Where the kitchen at?
But how?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Are we about to go to the basement?
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
This nigga brought a stove
I have eggs,
to the
sugar, and
courts.
almonds at the ready.
What? And almonds?
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These
Period.
quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spaghetti and the Rosa thing.
And Paimon got it good.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's even better now.
I want those in my teapot.
From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought
These
you'd
big
have
ass
them do more during the
macarons. There's
baking
half and
process.
halves. Oh my
But you
god.
ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving
Don't piss me off, internet.
From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
That's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't
She's
underestimate
real.
beating egg whites, by
And
the
she's
way.
a feminist.
It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Look at the faces.
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
And Paimon's head is big
You
as
wouldn't
the
be able to
fuck.
think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Right.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Thank you. Why don't you take a break? Why don't you take a break as well?
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Okay, I'm just looking out for you, friend.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So apart from the twins, we're left with 2 other people. The missing girl and the deceased.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her
This choice
clothes,
name is
and her
crazy
abduction.
to me.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she
Halsey.
was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this third person even exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
But she had no way of knowing how the magic trick would work. Oh, that the magic trick worked.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet.
They are my
I want the
specialty
recipe!
after all.
I want the recipe!
And I see you've already had 5 of them.
Yo, big fat wide back ass, Paimon.
Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Paimon, your back
Please
is too
don't
wide.
worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
Oh no, look what you've done.
No, being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count.
Whoa.
Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
It's fine if you ate them. You ate them. Oh, it's fine. Everyone knows how much you love eating.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Maloose, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, there's really no need to do that.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Is this gonna be the actual recipe? When she gives us the recipe for these macarons? Cause they better. They better give us this recipe now. Navia does a second round of baking over the 2. Oh wow, that's really fast.
Well, that's it for snack time.
I'm just a girl.
I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Probability of third person being involved. Neither Cowl nor Halsey had a motive, but after having talked to Navia, the likelihood of a third person being involved seems very low too. Are we getting gooped and gagged?
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
Oh, bitch, they got a lot of trust in me. These hoes going to jail. God damn it, they're going to jail. They're going to jail, Lord.
Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
I find it very fucking rude how Navia has not given me that macaron recipe. Did she? She did not. Oh. I did not look at that. I did not mean to look at that. Okay. This is intense. This is very intense right now. What am I doing? Skip to 8 o'clock. Come on, viewpoint. Not a dead person down there no more. Is there a chest here? Nope. Oh, well.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
I do have some thoughts, but let's take things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Gag her.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Gag Fossilor. If they don't have a reference to that one lawyer game, I can't think of the name of it right now.
Ah, finally, you're back.
But y'all know what I'm talking about.
How did your investigation go?
To be
Y'all
honest,
niggas is going to jail.
you might be disappointed.
Y'all niggas going to jail.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation
Shut your motherfucking ass up.
empty-handed.
How about that?
That was to be expected, of course.
Send your ass to
The
jail.
guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Oh, there's really people
in
in
order
the
for the
crowd.
audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Aw,
Yes,
damn.
of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Lenny clearly reveals the details of the magic trick. Everyone in the audience is stunned.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina.
Oh.
Do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
They referenced it with the point.
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Lenny not know about that sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Oh.
Look at those scales.
Oh, Lord, they getting the death penalty. They probably represent the Oratrice's stance on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye.
Bitch.
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui? Now you're bringing up irrelevant shit
No
to the
wonder
case.
they did something like this.
Oh,
So the
God.
serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Not y'all bringing up their tea.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is
Her little
little that needs
mullet
to be kept
moment, or
secret
whatever I
now,
would call this.
unless your script already has holes in it.
I object. I want that moment.
Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Girl.
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Let's gag her. Can we gag her? Can we gag her real quick? Let's gag her. Lenny and Lynette are Fatui.
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Lenny has concealed his identity, this could all have been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine, along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No!
Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Delayed mouth movement.
I knew it!
No, y'all
That's
can't
it.
be
We might as well move on
prejudiced.
to the sentencing already.
No prejudices. No. Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Granted.
My client has withheld some key information.
In that case, what
The
is your
defense
request?
cannot proceed. I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
Shut your motherfucking ass up.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
You keep laughing, ho, because when I gag you with my evidence, facts, and, things of that nature, you're going to be gagged. You're going to sit there and look dumb. Promise. Look, they're traumatized.
Well,
Spill it.
this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
Yeah,
I'm
y'all
sorry,
are on trial for
Traveler.
murder. BT dubs.
Yeah, sorry.
Y'all hear the Fatui music in the back?
Paimon just knew where to start. We trusted you two. We based
This
our
music?
entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The
I'm your
truth is
attorney.
very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know this isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
Yeah, I just said that.
You met a Fatous who works as a magician.
A Fatous.
Trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
The noses shifting in the light.
Say that, but
Explain the other issue first. Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed?
right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Right, because bitch, I fight for Tuies. I
I'll
fight
answer
for
any
Tuies.
question you ask.
Bruh.
We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which
They were
the
talking about
core
it's
is
not
stored.
possible to get into
That
the
air
vent.
vent was created during
Bitch,
the
we all
construction
know what
of the
Among
tunnel
Us is.
specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
People are dead in this game. This game is crazy.
That explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Sorry. But why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge.
Like I told y'all earlier,
If you
I
want to
don't
leave
trust
because you don't trust the
twinks.
Fatui,
And
there's
look what
nothing
the
I can do
fuck
to stop you.
happened.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from these charges. I believe that judgment will be dispensed as it should.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back. Look at her face. She's
I
ready.
think she gets what you mean.
She's ready. Lenny's statement. Lenny claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratrice core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place, and thus did not hear the thud. Lenny's statement. Lenny claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratrice core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place, and thus did not hear the thud. The voice in the Oratrice core chamber. Lenny claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber that houses the Oratrice core within the Opera House's underground structures. Let's go. Yeah. Cause I'm pissed. Let's explore. Is there anything for me to pick up in here? I haven't seen no just chests lying around here. Fontaine pretty empty. Big as hell and regal. Let's continue the trial, y'all. Yeah. The brief adjournment ends and the nail-biting trial reconvenes.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us
Look at how
continue the
confident
trial.
I am now.
When
Yeah.
last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then,
Navia's
if
face just
everyone
now.
would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. Used evidence includes obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact and replace them with new inferences. Use your refutations to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The orgies will display such shifts clearly. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Oh, Estabara!
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got
This
into
art?
an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard
Damn,
that strange
that
noise,
punch?
and caught Linney red-handed. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
All of them.
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney experienced and what he saw.
Okay. Identify loopholes. Did not witness this crime taking place in the tonight of the third. Interested in exit. No one left the opera house during the mountain. The chamber that once was the orgies court. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for the remains unknown. Lenny must have been very confused when he saw them. Strange sound at a magic show. Oh, is it this one?
Wrong answer, forehead.
Okay. Okay, I'm fucking this up. Okay. 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 So it was the sound. It was not the sound. It is none of those, actually. Okay. Wow.
Good thing she don't get paid for thinking.
Whoa. Wow.
Linney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
The fight sound was from Lenny. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Ah.
According to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Lenny knocked Caldwell out. The existing evidence indicates that when Lenny returned to the tunnel, the crime had already taken place, and all Lenny saw was
Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention!
Ace Detective!
Something to say!
That's what it's called. Isn't that what that game's
When
called?
the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore,
But how are we gonna prove that he was in the vent? Oh, the scales are tipping, baby. The scales are tipping. Hallelujah.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
Good job, Paimon. You did eat that up, girl.
Wasn't it awesome?
It was
In
awesome,
other
Greg.
words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowell bumped into Lenny by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lenny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
Right.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Eat it up.
Well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Lenny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has now become my weapon. Your claim has also become a critical clue. Oh. Oh, shit. Girl. Which is the evidence that Lenny wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Oh, chill. So it's one of these.
That's right! Lenny
Period.
wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same
Period.
clue you used to disprove his alibi has
Oh.
now become the best proof! Ha ha! How do you like that?
Paimon, please.
Well played. To think you'd use such logic.
Gag her. Gag her. Gag her.
Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The murderer was... Oh, fuck. Select the gear icons in the interface to check the corresponding case questions. Select answers and fill all the empty gears to verify the correctness of your deduction. If you have made mistakes, you must make another selection from the remaining options. Once you have answered all the questions correctly, you can complete this logic chain. The guard's investigation report indicates that the fireworks released near the end of the end of the show ignited and burned through the rope, suspecting the killer. Suspecting the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell in box below. If Lenny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Lenny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box ID, it was having changed her outfit, Lenny and her assistant would take We read these already. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. Who was the only person who could possibly have committed the crime? Halsey!
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
It was fucking Halsey.
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
It was fucking Halsey. Oh, shit. Okay. It was not fucking Halsey.
Could there have been a third person involved?
Someone in the voice. Oh! He killed himself?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant.
Was his plan to kill Lenny?
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
I don't know how that's right either.
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning.
I'm gagged. I'm
What I
gagged.
must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
How can we envisage Lenny as having been unable to interfere with the crime?
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lenny as well. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant.
Damn, I thought I was on to something. Oh, okay.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent.
It is this one. It had to be someone part of the team already.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Fuck.
It would have been tough for both people to fit.
Maybe I'm just dumb as fuck.
No one entered or left the
What the fuck? Okay.
The deceased's name
It's
is
them
Cowell,
narrowing it down
Lenny's
for me. That's the bitch. This is the
It would have
answer.
been tough for both people to.
What the? Okay. The criminal must have understood the methods behind Lenny's magic trick and sorry, my autoplay is on. Leaving aside how he died, Cowell had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cowell and Halsey struggling. Lenny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowell to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stands. But according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that did he suicide bomb himself? Oh, well, the bitch. Did he suicide bomb?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Halsey go?
I see how it
So
is.
I was right, it is Halsey.
This was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, Since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track?
Bitch, it was fucking Halsey.
Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel
Halsey
only
is
has
still
3
here.
exits,
She's
and none of them
underneath
seem
the
very
thing
likely.
right now.
And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You
Magic.
know, like you did
Escaping from the water tank. Magic. Wait, could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Hey, bruh, chill on us.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Wait a minute, y'all. I got this. Hold on a second.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
So he's working with a third person.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely... The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover...
Oh, period. Mwah.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Her ass is the pot? I'm in the pot? I'm in the vase?
I hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment.
Bitch, go vacuum up that damn vase
be
water then.
transformed into water. This is reality we're talking about here.
You're a god with
magic
magical water powers, bitch. What are you talking about? I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects. We might find something there.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
Is she the water? After some time, a guard returns with news.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
Oh, he knows something about
the note's
that.
contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Oh.
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. is empty.
Oh, clock that
The
T.
notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test
Why does
subject.
it only work on people
As
from
such, we
Fontaine?
believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
Oh!
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Oh.
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowl was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
It is undeniable
Come
that
on,
further
Kane.
examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be
Why the
connected together.
girls are going missing? They're turning them into water.
That one didn't make sense at all.
They're dissolving human people into water.
Think about this. Cowl's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Water from the primordial sea, the liquid the guards found in Cowl's luggage, seems to have the ability to dissolve Fontainians into water. Oh, hell.
The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank. The deceased's name is Cowl. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Lynette was in the magic box.
wait.
The water from the primordial sea.
How do I take that out? Who is the prime suspect?
deceased's name
I didn't
is
even
Cowl.
realize the prompts were up there. What item did the culprit use to dissolve Halsey?
The water from the primordial sea.
Oh no, okay. What item did the culprit use to control the timing?
Now it seems like the hook rope.
Uh-huh. What item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime? What?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time.
No.
I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Mwah. I am literally like a detective or like an attorney or whatever. Attorney at law.
Ahem. It's Ace Detective Paimon's time.
I am a detective attorney king. Mwah.
In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial sea inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Gag that man.
It does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now,
Gagged you.
it
I
seems
told
like
you
the
it was
only
gonna
point of
gag
contention
you.
remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
Look at how cunt new
On that
Nerve
note,
is.
the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
Oh,
I
give
shall
us the
now
tea,
invite
give
him
us
on
the tea.
stage to share it with us.
Give us the tea.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
Someone, they're trying to set him up.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt?
Look how
My
calm and
dear
collected the
citizens,
traveler is.
My loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Here we go. Go, I'm ready to battle.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. As much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Now let me gag you with the facts.
Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
No, it's time to stand up, bitch. Look at the skills. They didn't even let me fight back.
I can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems
But we
using
meant
the
to
water
lose
as
all
new evidence
along.
was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss,
Period.
I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
Right.
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rosula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
Where are we going with this?
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Where the fuck did you go?
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit
Bitch, you almost got us the death penalty, you dumbass.
Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey.
Thank God.
It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there.
Are you the pickpocket?
I've never been caught before.
She's the pickpocket.
I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away.
She's the pickpocket.
Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So
she's the pickpocket.
Liddy even mentioned that you were
pickpocket.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though,
self-defense.
so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Why the fuck did no one search the premises?
Can a person even hide in there?
If they're a practiced hand at concealment, probably. A professional thief can make it work.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
So there's someone else here. How the fuck did it burn then?
Clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Okay. Let's go. I'm here to whoop that ass. Halsey dissolved. Dropped hook rope. Random number selector. Strange noise. Okay. Okay. I was right the first time.
Wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Invigorating fight between them.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Lily knocked Cowell out.
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket.
Oh, it was very much
Believing that
self-defense.
the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Gag. Yep. We gagged you, Fossilor. We gagged you. Like I said we were gonna do. Didn't I say that was
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Yeah, we ate. Yeah, we ate.
Now then,
Yum.
Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
You're gagged?
Please
You look a little bit
answer the
gagged.
question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
Yeah, turn your ass around. Answer that question.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
Gag her.
If there are no objections,
Gag her.
then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I
Gag
shall
her.
once again repeat the full sequence
Clack,
of
clack,
events.
clack, the critiques, which you're
The
done.
actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box
Lillian got
containing the
lucky.
woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome.
She's a bad
knocked
bitch
unconscious,
with
and placed
hand-to-hand
into the magic
combat,
box. Thus
prowess.
became his own final victim.
Yeah.
Lillian, according to her own statements, then
he
changed
is
clothes
too
and hid
white
until the
right now.
performance
That
ended,
shit burn
before
my
hiding
eyes.
in other parts of the opera house.
I swear that's
As for
not
Linny,
what she was wearing.
He was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Mwah. Mwah.
While there is
That's
much in
amazing.
Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Watch the Orchies vote against us. What in the Star World entry was that? What?
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn.
Oh?
How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right.
Right.
Clock that tea.
Your discovery
Clock
caused
that
me
tea.
to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that
Look at her
not
deflecting.
a discovery, but false evidence that you dare to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes?
Gag him. Gag him. He's gooped. He's gooped. He is gooped.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Oh yeah.
Speak quickly.
You better about it, bitch. You better about it, bitch.
Coupon Town.
The Coupon Town.
I was just following orders.
Of who?
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
What is he doing dissolving girls
Now that
for?
your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
He about to get shot. He about to get shot right now.
Discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
This man just dissolved. He turned into water. Oh, wow.
And now he can no longer talk.
Oh,
Such
wow.
ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Yeah. This is Gaggards. However, nothing is found on the scene apart from the liquids left behind after Vaughn dissolved. Okay. He's like, well, there's that and that.
So, we're just going back now?
The problem seems to have been solved for now. We're not needed here anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait. ...
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
Bitch, we was just talking to Child. Let's be for real, Traveler. I just didn't wish to see anyone be falsely accused. I just wanted to be sure that we're square.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
Okay,
I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The one that you know as the Knave.
The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
Gag us all.
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days.
Look at Lynette.
I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back.
Where did she go?
I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts.
Whoa.
The answer he gave me was, She caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no.
They sold
So
her
he
for
was gonna-
sex slavery?
But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
He was gonna rape her.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. And they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Villains. So what happened after that?
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and
Oh
hurried
my
through the
God.
night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards,
That's why
and made
she's
my
so
way in,
quiet. I knew she was
all I saw was the
traumatized.
moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Oh no, this story is
I mean,
crazy.
the knave might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer.
What?
The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
I'm so confused where Feminine comes from. So he's just like their adopted brother. He was also part of the House of Hearth. That's all in the past, though. The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So she's a good person?
She believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
Okay.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry, but I still can't completely trust you.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
I understand. Goodbye. She's really pissed off about this Fatui thing, even though we was just chilling with the Wanderer and, you know, Tartagalicious. Mind you, higher than like just regular Fatuis, but like real deal like harbingers of the Fatui, like. But she want to act gagged.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Well, I'm sorry, Navia.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Lenny. I wasn't necessarily looking into serial disappearances case.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been
Why are we
cold for
trying
decades
to get
now?
out of this so bad?
And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah,
Why would we do
I
that?
see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
It's literally my second day here. I've already I'm tapped out. Clearly.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you too.
Oh, give me that macaron recipe, then I will.
It's like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Well, sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh?
Come on, let's just go investigate with her.
Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Well, if you say so, let's go have that meal then.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case,
I
why
hope
don't
she
we return
kidnaps
to the
us and
court of
forces us to
Fontaine and
investigate
head
with
to the
her.
Hotel de Boer. I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
Alright then, let's have our farewell meal!
And you know, we know, we all know. Gag. Let me leave, chill. Let me leave, chill. Numa and Osha. Act 2. Well, that was Act 1. That was, you know, that was full of tea. We saved Lenny and Lynette's life, more specifically Lenny's. We gagged the Harjo Archon, which I don't think it will be the last time, because, you know, she likes to tussle. We just got a new spin crystal. Mwah. And yeah, I think this next part is gonna be more about the disappearances. Probably that cutscene from the trailer where Navia and Clorinde are Clorinde are, you know, surrounded by those robots and stuff. I'm excited to see it. I'm loving Fontaine so far. The music, like top tier puss. I love it. What's those little birds? I don't want to scare you off, but I'm taking your fruit.